Wednesday night.
Facebook watch parties are welcome.
Live and book fairs.
Ladies and gentlemen, ask the questions, we come up with the answers.
You can come up with the answers. Now set the mic on.
15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood. Saturday morning mayhem with two entertainment heavyweight. DJ Countryman from the world of music and Rudi Lickwood, veteran on the UK Black Comedy Network. Join them with interviews.
Kick me out.
No, I'm not kicking her out again.
Just encouraging people to follow their dream and take the risk, take a leap of faith.
Go straight in. Could you just tell us what you've been getting up to, please?
So I designed a pair of Air Max Roots with a Nike.
How about my beard? I'm gonna go have a
Nah, man, you got a good beard, but it look like your forehead soon kiss your neck back. From what I can see here, it look like. Yeah, what am I gonna do? Yeah. You know me, man. I hand the friendship in it because you know how they like their chicken soup and their chicken foot and all.
That's where you come from, Rudi. You're fierce, Peter.
And the big up Rudi Lickwood.
Keeping it real with Rudi Lickwood, the topical interactive chat show where you may end up being one of the guests with special guests and you the audience. Comedy with Rudi Lickwood. This event is brought to you by Comedy Hotspot. Don't forget, keeping it real with Rudi Lickwood. This is an 18 certificate only.
Good evening. Hello. Welcome. Good night. You're there. In the room. You're with me. It's your boy, man. It's your man, Rudi Lickwood here. We're keeping it real. Once again, I get an opportunity to talk to people I want to talk to. You know what I mean? I got chances to talk to anybody I want on this planet, yeah? But I decide that who I want to talk to. I don't want to talk to just any old plain old people. Yeah, I want to talk to people who care about me and who I care about. You know, people who are making a difference in my mind anyway. You know, sometimes it's too easy to just go out and get all these egotistical people, you know what I mean, who are just full of themselves. Yeah, but really ain't got nothing to say. Yeah, well, I like to get people who got something to say. And I got a crew each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I do a Saturday. I do an early morning chat show, conversation. And I have a Rants and Bants crew, and we talk about everything. We talk, in fact, sometimes we go so far, yeah, we end up getting Facebook pulling off some of our posts because of the things that we talk about. Because you're not supposed to talk about them. You're not supposed to talk about them. But you know me, got to push the boundaries, you know. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. So, my first guest celebrating their birthday, man, the big 5-0. And you know me, man. I don't just bring them on. I like to bring them on in my own unique way. Hello, Tina.
Hi, Rudi. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. The question is, how are you? How are you, darling?
I'm having a great day. I'm feeling wonderful. It's my 50th birthday.
Oh my God! And you sound ecstatic. You sound like, yeah, I'm having a great birthday. I'm having a great birthday.
I'm having a fantastic birthday.
Oh, you are, yeah. So what have you? Because I imagined that you was actually going to come on here pissed. You know, to be honest with you, I thought
no, that's not my style.
It was going to be a birthday. I thought because it was going to be a birthday. I thought he was going to come on here pissed. Do you know what I mean? I thought he was going to be all bloodshot eyed and everything. I thought you'd have had like the chicken and the rice and peas and everything just flowing. But no.
Yeah, that's all in the back. I did that Saturday. I was dying yesterday. I'm fresh for you today.
Oh, you know what? You look really fresh. I must admit, you do. You look fresh.
Thank you.
You look gorgeous,
Vaseline.
actually. Yeah. Is it hear about Vaseline? Do you know what I mean? You know, at least it's Vaseline. Do you know what I mean? There's people who used to have to use cocoa butter. Vaseline is something that we used to use back in the day when the Nivea had run out, or the cocoa butter just weren't happening.
Yeah.
You know.
Vaseline's good. I hate the smell of cocoa butter.
Yeah, I know, but enough kids used to go to school with the cocoa butter, man. What I used to hate was if you wore a lot of cocoa butter and you walked through a bunch of flies, that they would end up sticking to your face. That was the problems I had. But you've got Trevor over there telling you happy birthday to you, my darling Tina. Enough love. He sent you a cake.
Thank you,
Look
Trevor.
at that. You know what? Poor Tina, yeah. She's frightened to wear her glasses. You're 50, girl. Wear your glasses, therefore you'll be able to read, right?
No, I can see you. I can see you. It's just I can't see you with these ones on. They're cheap Poundland ones. So
listen, mate. Mine are from Primark. Yeah, that's right. Because the thing is I've discovered that the opticians, they're ripping people off. Do you know what I mean? Or 200, 300 pounds.
Totally.
Like for a pair of glasses, yeah, when you can get it for like £2, £3. I think the lockdown has helped people to realize. Oh, I felt like I was interrupting you there, so I actually stopped talking so that you can talk. Because I figured that the lockdown has made people realize. That's okay. I think the lockdown has made people realize what they need and what they want are two different things. Do you know what I mean? And hence my cheap pair of glasses.
Well, you wear it well.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Evening, Antigua. How you doing? Better known as Alley Cat. Call her Alley Cat. Hey, Rudy. Hi. You got Avril saying hi as well. Hi all. How you doing? You got another one. You got Antigua wishing you a happy birthday as well.
Thank you, Alison.
Yeah. She said, "Are you sure that you're 50 though?"
Well, I feel it. My bones feel it.
Your bones feel it. Oh my god. Oh my god. You talk about your bones feeling it.
I'm starting to get arthritis.
Oh god. That's when you know you're getting old, isn't it? When you can't jump around anymore and the arthritis is kicking in. But
I teach Zumba, so it's not good. I'm teaching Zumba, so it's not good. I've got to sort it out. Olive oil or any tips anyone's got for bad arthritis. Please tell this 50-year-old. I don't feel 50.
Well, like we said, you don't look 50, but you didn't start off as a 50-year-old, did you?
Oh. That's Great Yarmouth. That's Great Yarmouth.
Okay.
I think I was about 3. I think I was about 3.
About 3 years old. Look at that face, though. I mean, I would never have thought that would have turned out to be such a feisty little individual. Because you're quite fiery, really. You're quite a fiery individual when I think about it.
I had to be. I was tiny.
You was tiny.
I was the smallest at school, so I used to get picked on. So I had to learn to fight with my mouth. Okay.
Yes, that's starting to make a lot of sense to me now. That you would end up fighting with your mouth, because you're actually Irish, aren't you? You're Irish born.
Yeah, both my parents. Dad was from Cork. Mum's from Limerick.
I've
Dad
been to
passed
Cork, but
away. Mum's still here. Yeah, Cork is beautiful, city.
Because I managed to get a picture of your dad.
Wow.
That's when he was a young man, isn't it? That was when he was young, doing his thing back in the day.
That's when he just came to this country. I think it was about 28 there, something like that.
Okay.
He'd be if he was still alive, he'd be 97 tomorrow. Oh wow.
So where is
Donegal in Donegal in Northern Ireland. It's Sleeve Cliffs. They do a lot of Game of Thrones filming around there. It's a beautiful place. If you ever get a chance to go there, you must go there. It's amazing. And the people are really hospitable.
Okay, because I've actually been to Ireland. I've been out to Cork. I went to Sligo. Have you heard of Sligo?
Yeah.
They ain't seen
I've
black
never
people
been
there.
to Sligo. I've got to get around there.
They ain't seen black people there.
I want to
All
go
the
to
kids
Galway.
came. All the kids came running out. They all came running out. It's like there's somebody in the
Really?
village. There's somebody in the village. There's somebody that's not normally here in the village. Yeah, he's a black man. He's a black man. And some of them, I could see that some of them had never ever seen a black man in their life when I went there. You know,
Wow.
and
Wow.
but the thing is that I was well received. I was really well received, which was really nice.
Oh.
I thought it would have been something.
They like visitors. They like something that's different. Everyone's pale and got ginger hair or dark hair and blue eyes. So you're a star. Even if you weren't a star and you went there and you're a dustman, they'd want to know your story.
I felt like a star, girl. I'll tell you that much. I felt like a star. I mean, I'll tell you what was scary.
You are a star.
I was out there with a guy named Johnny Golden, and we were in Belfast. We was actually in Belfast, and I did not know at that point in time just how much the Irish did not like the English. Right? We did Belfast and we did Derry.
Oh,
but it wasn't until we got to Derry.
The Troubles.
Did things because we had Paddy Kilty. Do you know Paddy Kilty?
Did you try and call it Londonderry? Did you try and call it Londonderry because they would kill you?
Oh no, this is what I was saying. Because they heckle in a different way. That when Ronnie Golden went on stage, right, and the moment that they heard his accent, this is what the ladies did. Yeah, they took the beer bottles, right? They stuck tissue in it, they lit it, and they started waving it in like this. They started waving it in like this. Oh my God! I thought, oh my God! Yeah. I was frightened for him because they loved me.
They're more frightening than men.
They loved
you.
Look at that. I'm being told that I'm way over 50.
They didn't wave the bottles at you.
No. Especially when I did my joke about being stopped by the police. Right? I did a joke about being stopped by the police, and I got out of the car and I went up to the officer and I said, "I'm black and I'm Irish. Is there a problem here at all? I'm a black man who is Irish now." And that just tore the whole room down. You're getting lots and lots of compliments, by the way.
Brilliant.
You look lovely, baby girl,
really?
Tina. Yeah, you're getting lots of compliments.
Thank you.
Lots of compliments.
Checks are in the post.
Antigua says, my friend told me about, is it collagen powder for all sorts of things? Tina may help with the arthritis. Have you heard about that collagen powder?
Thank you, Alison. I'll try that.
All the remedies are coming out now. It seems like she's been to Cork. She's been there twice. Denise is saying, wonderful. I loved Ireland. Went to North and South. They were lovely people.
They're very friendly. I'd recommend it to anyone.
Good evening, Rudi, Tina, and the Keeping It Real crew. That's coming out from Donna. I've got to respond.
Hi, Donna.
Got to respond to these guys when they put stuff in here. They start their own private conversations. I have to watch out for that as well. Many happy returns, Tina. Looking nifty and 50.
Thank you.
Me lovely. Look at this. All the compliments. Normally I get cussings. You getting compliments.
That's because I'm nice, Rudi.
Trevor, you're married.
I'm nice to people.
You looking fine, baby love. Baby love and all. Baby love. I call you baby love. You look fine. You look fine, baby love. So let's get into you. I think we should get into you, because the one thing that I do know about you is that you love your cats.
I love my cats. I've got no kids, so I've got cats.
And that's why you've got a love of, because the cats kind of like take. That's where you can sort of like express. And
they're my babies.
Are they your babies? Oh, ain't you lucky?
And they don't talk back. They don't talk back.
In other words, they're not like a man. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it? Because men they talk back.
Yeah, definitely. They talk too much, Rudi, don't they?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go so far as to say that.
You're not
But
with a
my thing
man, though, are you?
No. So what? Because I found
Let's ask
this
your
one.
wife.
But here you are. And you see now she's starting to find her voice, people. She's starting to find her voice now. Look at you, and you're a joker as well. You're broccoli. What kind of joke is that? Broccoli, you know? Where did
It's
you
a
get
good
this
one.
from? Where'd you get that from? Do you know?
I nicked it from someone's page.
Okay. You're like me then. I often go around nicking stuff off people's pages, you know. But what I like about you, what I like about you is that you're politicized. You have a point of view, and it's your point of view and your mind is what I actually fell in love with. To be honest with you, you know, I know that you get your spirit from both your mum and your dad. That's without a shadow of a doubt, you know. But it's the fact that you get involved with people like this. You want to tell us about that?
Oh, Gloria. Gloria, she's a star. Hammersmith and Fulham. She was out every day for the last 5 years. We had a big campaign to save Charing Cross Hospital. The Tories were going to shut it down and shut the big. It's the main major trauma hospital for strokes and stuff like that. They were going to shut it down and make flats. So we had a major campaign, and Gloria was a big part of it. She was there every day, almost every day for the last 5 years, and we won the hospital back, and it's not going to be shut now. So she's done an amazing job. There's loads of activists, but she's amazing.
Okay, because you see, there's people in the room who know you to be quite politically aware, because I look at quite a few of your memes that you put up, and this one actually caught my eye, which is Boris Johnson.
Yeah, that's Boris on holiday in Butlins.
Right, which I found quite
Sheerness,
funny.
I think that was.
Yeah, is that
that's where he was. You know, when we were looking for him.
Okay. Oh, what's that? That's when he was meant to have had the COVID. You're talking about when he was meant to have had
Definitely.
COVID, yeah? Yeah.
No, he was on a $9.99 Sun Butlins holiday for sure.
But then you spent a lot of time working with the I was gonna say great at one point.
Yeah.
But you spent quite a lot of time working with Matthew Wright, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I was a regular in the audience for about 4 years, and he was quite gracious and let me talk a lot about socialism and Jeremy Corbyn. He called me Tina the Trot, but I got a lot of our message out, and I was hoping that we would get Jeremy Corbyn, but no. But it was a great show. He's not doing it anymore. Jeremy Vaughn took it over, so it's gone right wing now, and there's not really a left wing view on there now, but it's still on every day. I miss him. He was good.
Okay. Is that I found that you get quite a lot of stick for having your I wouldn't even say that you're left wing really. I wouldn't even say that you're to the center either. But you get quite a lot of stick for that, don't you? Just for having an opinion. Is that because you're a woman, would you think, or because of the politics itself?
I don't necessarily think it's because I'm a woman. I think I just speak my mind and speak my views, and I'm not frightened to say what my views are, and I welcome people challenging me. That's how we all learn and grow, and then I can form my ideas. But I do get shot down. But if you want to make a change, you have to put your head above the parapet every now and then and just get on with it. Yeah.
And that's what you're not afraid to do, because I remember saying to myself that this man needed to go to prison. Do you know what I mean? I've been out to Afghanistan, I've been out to Iraq, and I've been out to Bosnia, you know, and there are times that I do find that the English don't realize just exactly how much mess they've created and what they've left behind. People don't just hate for hating's sake, you know.
Definitely.
There is a reason for why they behave the way that they do. And so when I saw that you had a genuine relationship with Jeremy Corbyn, that's when my ears started to prick up to you a lot more, to be honest with you. Because
that
of
was
that.
at the Labour Party conference in 2017. That was a Northern Soul night. So he was speaking, and they had some music as well. I was dancing and I had a Jeremy Corbyn backpack on. Someone tapped me over the shoulder and it was him, and he asked me, did I want his last chip? And then we just got chatting. But I worked for 5 years solidly promoting him and being very active around the country, and we're all disappointed, and we're in the state we are in now, and we're never going to get a proper Labour opposition government for God knows. We're in the wilderness now. We're on our own, and we've got to fight this. We've got to get rid of these people. We're being lied to daily. People are so frightened, and we need to affect change, and we are the change, and we've got to stand together and have some solidarity and not fight each other.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of people who understand or know about the Bollinger Crew. This is the Bollinger Crew, which, as we can see down there, sitting down the bottom, there is Boris Johnson when he was a lot younger. And as this lot were coming through, these are the guys who are actually,
and Cameron and Osborne.
Yeah, they're all there. They're all there. I know that it's not the greatest picture in the world, unfortunately. I do apologize. But I'm sure that there's people in the room or people who will look at this later on and recognize some of the faces and who and the people who are actually pulling the strings behind what's happening today. I mean, what are your thoughts about the pandemic?
There is a virus, but it's not as bad as what we're being told. A lot of this was. You have to be careful what you say. We have a virus, vulnerable suffering. The young and the old are suffering, but deaths are being attributed to COVID when people have pre-existing conditions like cancer or liver failure, kidney failure, and they're just stamping COVID on it. They're frightening the hell out of people, children, people who've never had mental illness before in their life. They're suffering. Suicide rate has gone up. We're not seeing the government figures on suicide rates and how much that's gone up since all of this pandemic. Sorry, I think it's got an L in it, pandemic, but I won't say that. I won't be controversial on your show.
I call it the pandemic. I go straight for it. I go straight for the throat, and I call it a pandemic. I mean, every person that I see out there walking around in fear. There are people who are not coming out of their houses. You know, it's a very confusing time.
I've got a friend that's not left her house for 6 months. I've got a friend who's not left her house for 6 months. She's having counselling. She's having hypnotherapy come into her house. She's terrified. She's absolutely terrified. And when you see people walking in the fresh air with no one next to them and they got a mask on, you just have to question what the government's done to us and the level of fear they've put into people, and people have gone along with it. And I feel sad. I'm not frightened of COVID. I'm frightened of my government. I'm frightened of my police. They're my major fears, the government and the police.
Yeah, because I know that you've got a story to tell about the police, but just to take it onto a slightly lighter note before we get there, I hope you still got him in the room with you.
Oh, Rasta Mouse.
Yes.
I bet your kids used to watch him.
Have you still got him? Because you've got a signed one, is it? Never mind the kids. I used to watch Rasta Mouse.
I've got him.
You've got a Rasta Mouse. Where's your Rasta Mouse?
You passed Rasta Mouse.
Where is your Rasta
behind?
Mouse?
I'm just getting my sister to get it for me. This is a signed. Yeah. This is a signed Rasta Mouse. You can't get it anymore. It's a signed one. So if you want to start a bidding, can you see it? If you want to start some bidding. Can you see him?
Yeah, I think everybody should be bidding on. Wait, hold on. I'm going to take this away. Right, there you go. That is her own personal Rasta Mouse. and he actually signed it for you as well,
He
didn't
delivered
he?
it to me on Saturday. Signed it. He delivered it to me on
Look at that.
Saturday.
I tried to offer her for a £5, but she weren't having it, people. She weren't having it. She was saying, I'm going to hold on to him for myself.
You can loan him. You can loan him for a week.
I can loan him for a week. Nah. What am I going to do for him? I'm going to loan him for a week.
Yeah.
If anything, I put him in a case and put him somewhere special in my room. That's what I would do with him. You know what I mean? I ain't going to do nothing else with him. Trust me. I've got a wife, man. I don't need to tinker with him.
I sent him the link. He's watching this. Be careful.
Oh, is he? I've got to say to him, well done and congratulations for
so.
getting Rasta Mouse, because I think he's a positive. I think he's a positive ethnic character that needs to be on TV.
He's an amazing man. He's got two BAFTAs for Rasta Mouse.
That I didn't know.
2 BAFTAs, and he's got a few more characters coming out, and he's just an amazing man and a great role model for anyone who thinks that they can't do this. And he's got even more characters coming out. There's more coming from him.
Okay. So I'm actually going to look out for that. That's great. That's great to know, because I remember.
Perhaps you should get him on. You should get him on and interview him.
See, that's what you constantly say.
He'd love to do your show.
That's why I remember when you were on the right stuff. He was like, Rudy, you got to come and do this show. You got to come and do this show. Come on, Rudy, you got to come and people need to hear what you got to say. Come on, Rudy, come and do the show. And I was like, it was Princess Productions who was doing it at the time. But then I don't know what happened. Because my agent was trying to get.
I put it to Matthew.
You did put it to Matthew.
I don't think he had the last word on who was booked on there. So, but I did try, Rudy.
No, I believe that you did.
Maybe you should have given me a brown envelope.
Give you a little backhander, eh?
I think brown envelopes work.
I remember when we was filming the show. Get Me the Producer, and that's when I actually met Matthew. And Matthew said that he wanted me on his show, but that didn't materialize for whatever reason. He actually did say that to me, but I knew it was down to Princess. But then the thing is that you've got other agencies who are involved, the likes of Off the Curb. Oh, did I say it? Did I actually say it? Yes, the likes of Off the Curb. Right, and they like to funnel through their own acts, and that's why we see a lot of the same comedians on the panel games, because you've only got a certain amount of agencies, and everyone's like trying to get to the top of the pyramid. It's a question of how well you are connected at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah.
But
and how well you can lick.
Yeah, well, me now.
He allowed me to speak. He was very generous.
Yeah, me now bend down for nobody, and I think maybe that's why I'm broke.
That's the problem. That's the problem, Rudy. You'd be on all the shows if you did, mate.
Is it? Nah.
I'm sure.
I let the other guys have.
I don't want that for you.
No. Neither do I.
Absolutely.
Neither do I, to be honest with you. I'm actually quite happy. Well, now, what is it? Was it Denise is saying something here? Shock Tina, shock me. Why does she want you to shock her, I wonder? Carol is saying that she used to love watching Matthew write in the morning. So, and
it was amazing. It was very informative. Lots of people had their babies and they grew up. It was on for 18 years and it was really fresh. You had a lot of news. You had a lot of people who were on regular shows. It was really good, really informative, and people who were on the dole, or there were students at home or elderly people. It was 2 hours of really good TV.
It was, because I must admit, I used to get up and watch it in the morning. I did used to get up and watch it in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, but then there was this incident that came up, which really upset me with yourself. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah.
No?
I've been sick for quite a while, and
I can understand it.
Earlier on this year, I took her out for a meal. It was the first time she could go out and we could enjoy ourselves. And I said, we're going to start afresh now, Mum. I got her better so she could walk out and we could start our life. And we went to Wetherspoons. Mum chose Wetherspoons. I said, you could go anywhere you want, Mum. I've got the money, I'm paying. And she chose Wetherspoons. And there was just an unfortunate incident in there that's really mucked up this year and mucked up my mental health. Basically, we didn't have dinner and I went to complain, and the manager, rather than giving me a refund, he called the police on me and said I was smashing up the establishment and the patrons. And the police came in and they just steamed into me, and it was a really, really quite devastating. And I still have to look after Mum, but it's really affected me deeply, and they didn't have to put their hands on me. And yeah, so I'm going to be suing them, but it's really, my life's spiraled since then, but I still have to look after Mum, and I'm doing that now, but it's really hurt. And it just shows you, you don't have to be criminal to be involved and get hurt by them. Not every police officer is like that, but there's quite a few rogues that are handy with their hands, and we need to get rid of them.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think the more that people actually complain and the more that people come forward is the only way that change is just going to happen. And I think, thank you very much for sharing that with us, because I think people need to know. I think people just allow things to happen to them and not complain about it or not take it any further because they're frightened, you know. But
yeah.
What I do is
no, I had to complain. It's subject to a complaint. They're taking it very seriously. So
good.
They can't get away with that in front of my mum as well. That's out of order. So yeah,
well,
we're going to sort it out,
say,
and they need to pay.
Because this is one of your memes that I picked up. The price of apathy towards public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. So, you know, you don't just talk it, girl. You live it. You live it. You know, and that's what a lot of women need. They need to live it. They need to do something about it. Julie is saying, sorry to hear that, Tina. Trevor says, Thanks, Julie. All the way, Tina. Wankers.
It's going all the way for sure.
He's feeling your pain. Sorry to hear you went through that, Tina. Yeah, but this is ladies and gentlemen, this is how the Rants Bants Crew get to know one another. We share our true lives with one another. We share true emotions, true feelings, so that when them lot start cussing me in the mornings and I start cussing them back, they will know. They will know. Because now officially, this is now official. Tina is now officially part of one. She's now part of the Rants and the Bants Crew. All right. We now have her status. Yes, we now have her status.
Do I get a medal? Do I get a medal or anything?
You get to join the club.
Oh, Trevor, baby Trevor.
Oh no,
is that Donna or Alison?
Right, here's Donna.
Yeah.
Here's Donna.
Donna. Yeah. Look how sweet.
There's Julie.
Oh, wow.
There's Trevor.
Wow.
That's Trev.
Oh, what lovely pictures.
Here's Ali. So they're all starting to come through now. And now I haven't got Marks. Where's Marks? What did I do with Marks? I left Marks out. So Now you are part of that. You are definitely now part of that crew, girl. You're now part of that crew.
Thanks, Rudi.
So I'm going to leave you this one because
I'm honoured.
That's a fantastic thing to. That's a fantastic thing to leave everybody on. Yeah. What you think you become, what you feel you.
Got to think positive.
What you imagine you create. Got to think positive, innit? Especially in these, especially in these times. If you don't think
positive, you're not going to attract positive people and positive actions around you. So we all have to, and in these dark times, we have to.
Okay. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go to a break. All right, and I'm going to be coming back with my featured acts, my featured guests, should I say? But in the meantime, I'll just take a quick break. Okay, for those of you who know, and for those of you who don't know, that was a little cosmetic range that was by my daughter. She did it during the lockdown. I've always been one of self-reliance and self-promotion. You know, I'm always encouraging the youth them to get involved in creating their own businesses, their own little small cottage industries. I think that's the way forward for the youth them at the end of the day. You know, if they're going to sit down and wait for a job and just be a broke, I don't believe that they're going to get anywhere. What's this now? Here we go. Shut up, Rudy. Go and cut you headline. Oh, I'm not sure. No. We're getting some applause. We're also getting some talks here. We got despicable, but Tina, you've risen stronger to deal with the dirty scum, and good luck. Well done, man. I truly hope you succeed, hun, and make them pay. Yep. Just out of order, they are just bullies. Good vibes only. Claps. I've not seen Mark's baby picture, so you need to find that, Rudy. Okay. I'm sure I had Mark's baby picture. Yes, Tina, you did good. They really enjoyed you, Tina. They wanted you to know that you did good. They really enjoyed you. Tina, welcome to the baby picture crew. Awesome, Tina. Well done. Keep fighting and speaking the truth. Because I tell you, man, when I tell you if there's one lady who actually does speak truth, it's Tina. And I've seen the people who troll her as well. Especially when she speaks her mind and she has something positive to say and it's against the grain. Tina, I'm watching it. Tina, you did good. So she's getting loads and loads of applause. Loads and loads of applause. Loads and loads of applause. Well done, people. That was really nice. Yes, Teen, you are. But remember, I am going to bring you back in at some point. Okay, so please don't go away. Now, the next two guys I want to bring up, ladies and gentlemen, they live up in the Midlands, these two guys. And it just so happens we was meant to have Toju on the show tonight. Toju is a fantastic impressionist. He's a black comic who was on Great Balls of Steel. He also was in Britain's Got Talent. All right, where he got the golden buzzer. But for some, I was going to actually make a cheap joke just now, but I decided not to. It's just that Toju is not feeling 110%, and the camera never lies, and it can see straight through you. And so he made the decision yesterday that it was best for him not to come on. But I'm surprised though, because I thought to myself, if this was Britain Got Talent, you would have come on. You would have come on, rude boy. Yeah, come on. So he might even be watching the show for all we know. But we love Toju all the same. It would have been great to see him. Great to get behind the character and the personality, better known as Toju. But what I came across was even better. The guys that I came, it was almost like the heavens opened up and said, you know what, Rudy? This is something that needs to be spoken about. You need to get in touch with these two guys. They have a story to tell, and I'm going to want them to tell it in their own way. And so before they do, please allow me to introduce them to you the way that I like to. Whoa! Look who I got here with me. I've got the two brothers, man. I've got the two brothers. How are you doing, Karl? How are you doing, Jay? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Karl and Jay Wilson. Okay. These guys do not like to put their faces up front. That's the first thing I have to tell everybody. They do not put their faces up front, right? And they've played a major role in things that have been happening up in the Midlands. That's where you are, if I'm correct. Is that right, gentlemen?
Manchester now, but yeah, from the Midlands.
Originally from the Midlands. But we don't
spent a long time in London.
You see the way you see what you just said? We don't see ourselves as in the Midlands. Yeah. We see ourselves as in the black community.
Okay.
If you see what I'm saying, it's just
that's what I like about you.
Where you are.
No, that's what I like about you.
Mm.
Because
That's
as
it,
far
man.
as I'm concerned, you two are fast. You know what I mean? Because, like you said, as far as I was doing the research and looking at you, you're from the Midlands, yeah. But yet, through all, you managed to find yourself in London, right? Hold on. Where am I? Oh, don't tell me I didn't download it.
Don't worry, man.
Don't tell me that I didn't download it. No. I'm worried about it because it was something that I should have downloaded, and I'm actually gonna download it now because yeah, I am gonna go and get it, and I'm going to download it because I know that what I did was I got hold of it. Just give me 2 secs. Give me 2 secs. Let me catch myself. Right, where is it? Intro, Karl, videos. I've got it. It's going to download in a second, yeah? Is that you're up in the Midlands, but yet for all, you find yourselves down in London.
That's right.
Yeah. Where you got an award. You actually got an award.
Which award is it?
For works done. Yeah. What do you mean? You know exactly what you did. Yeah. But before, I don't want you to actually say it. Not just yet. I want this thing to download, and I want to play it. Yeah. I want to play it. So as that people could, because like you said, you see yourselves as part of the black community, and you like to unite and bring the black community together. Yeah. And we're going to get into the story of what you went about and what you did in order to galvanize us and get us to see ourselves as one race of people who should be working alongside one another. Because like I said, you guys like to stay behind the scenes. You like to stay behind the scene of things. I don't know why this thing is taking so long to download, right? But it was normally I set up myself beforehand. Yeah, I'm looking at 2 great techies, by the way. I call them great techies, right? Because they really are great techies, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be worth actually waiting for. Take a look at this.
More than 45,000 people in the Midlands have dementia, and it's believed that their early memories can be key to them coping with the disease. Well, now 2 brothers have created an online memory box put together especially for those whose early memories were overseas and for whom traditional memory joggers aren't always relevant. Imran Ali reports now from the Nehemiah Care Home in Birmingham, where old memories are being relived. You know this up?
Delphine suffers from dementia. Like most patients, she's forgotten her recent memories. But remembers this song from her earlier days in the Caribbean.
Make you feel happy. Dancing.
The website she's clicking on is a memory box, which allows people to watch and hear things from a past they are familiar with.
What was that?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Radiogram, yeah.
I smoked. I had the pineapple. Bring memory home.
Memory of home. Yeah.
Colin Jr. designed the website after it became apparent there was a lack of culturally sensitive support when it came to looking after their own mother, who developed Alzheimer's.
When it comes to dementia, you've really got to go to a person's culture in order to help them to feel well and feel wanted.
The challenges of living in a multicultural society is that catering for all backgrounds is no easy task. The 2 brothers opened up a memory cafe catered for people of the Caribbean community, but soon realized a national reach was needed.
What our memory box does is try and help people who don't know much about a person's cultural background, a way of being able to interact with them.
When you're stirring up emotions from back in the day, when they was growing up, or maybe, where they were born, for example, it can really, really give them kind of like a better quality of life.
website allows people from all backgrounds to upload their items, so everyone can find something they can relate to. Imran Ali, BBC Midlands Today.
I got to applaud you, because I swear to God, I filled up with emotion when I saw that, because I didn't expect to see it. Right. When you sent it to me, I didn't expect to see it, because when my wife's mum was going through the same thing before she passed away, my wife had to get the cassette player. You know, the one where we had to get the yes, that one. We had to get that to play the Jim Reeves and all them kind of music there for her. You know, and we could see that she was singing and she was moving, and the memories started to come back. Do you know what I mean? They started to come back, and it's these cultural differences that sometimes I think the UK doesn't want to accept actually exists amongst us. You know, and on talking to you, you guys realize this from a very early age. That's why I can go back now. Yeah, I can go back now in order to come forward. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because when we were young and we was growing up and we was going through troubles, it was like trying to explain, oh, you know, we do things a different way, we communicate a different way, we don't really, you know, and nobody was paying any mind. But you two saw that there was a gap, and you started doing things about it.
Yeah, I got to put you right there. It's the only reason we saw the gap, if you like, is because our mother, she, you know, we were in London and we was running our business and doing our things in London. You know, we was doing BlackChat at the time, and then Mum was diagnosed with dementia. She started to do strange things. Right? We didn't know. We never heard of dementia or Alzheimer's or anything like that before. You know, and I remember we got a call, Junior. We got the call from Elaine, was it? And we got a call from Elaine, and you know, Mum went missing. She actually, she went. What happens? You know, they had a routine down here in the West Midlands. Anyway, when you wanted to get the meat, you know, your mum will go, your family member will go up to the market in town, and you get meat, you know. And you'd go, say, around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and whatever. Anyway, come 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, Mum hadn't come back. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, Mum hadn't come back. What time did we get the call, Drew?
Oh, God, I think it was about 10 o'clock at night. Dad was worried, didn't it?
Yeah, 10 o'clock, about 10 o'clock in the night, saying that Mum had gone missing. You know, nobody'd seen her. Now, all she ever done was usually go catch the bus, go into town, get the meat, come back. You know, 10 o'clock she'd gone, and we was in London. We was in London at this time. We, you know, as soon as we hear that, we had to lick down and come down. We was back down. We was back in Birmingham well before 12 o'clock.
The speed we were going at.
Yeah, I mean, we got there in just about under an hour. You know what I mean? 'Cause we hit it hard. And then what happened, come, you know, 1 o'clock a.m. in the morning, 2 o'clock, she's not there, 3 o'clock, she's not there, 4 o'clock, we get a call that they found Mum. She was, how much, 20, 30 miles away in some woods out in a place called Wolverhampton. It's a man was walking his dog at 4 o'clock in the morning. This is in the winter. And Mum was walking. He said he just saw this woman. She looked confused and she was out there on her own. So at that point, we give God thanks. But, you know, it's after that we find out that there's this Alzheimer's thing. We didn't even know that Alzheimer's was a thing that killed him.
Sorry.
Okay.
I hit the wrong button.
Yeah. We didn't know that people died from it. You understand? Right. But anyway, cut a long story short, at that time we was running a thing called BlackChat. That's it. That's Mommy there. Hi, Mommy. Yeah. Right. We didn't know. But I mean,
don't worry. We will get to BlackChat, because that's a must.
That's what I'm saying. So we had to say, I'm just saying, at that point, we had to decide that we gotta just rest that and look after Mum. So I'll just put that
Yeah,
later on. You'll talk to him.
Yeah, so basically we just put everything on hold, took care of mum as much as we could. Do you know what I mean? And that's that's a build up from the early days, is
That's
ensuring that
because
she's
that putting it on hold thing, right? Now I'd like you to explain to everybody, what did you put on hold? What you put on hold?
Okay, in 1997. Yeah.
Good.
Junior, you tell us. Junior,
you see, he does that. He always throws me under the bus.
Okay.
Hey, watch it. Yeah. So I mean, it was actually 1996. We left Birmingham and we came up to London. And just prior to that, we was doing things like the radio station, and we was doing promotions and stuff like that. And we decided that we wanted to go to London to venture out and see if we could do something which would cover.
Okay, I'm going to cut you, Dave. I'm going to cut
Yeah.
you, right? Because you've just now mentioned the radio station, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's start with the radio station. Let's start with the radio.
Oh, okay.
Let's go with.
Okay, so yeah, we used to run a radio station called Metro FM back in Birmingham, yeah, and yeah, I remember. In fact, I could tell you the exact way it started. Actually, my brother phoned me up one day. Huh?
I'll come back to it. Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my brother phoned me up one night, and he said, "Look, I've got some money, right? What I'm thinking of getting, what was it, a camper van or a transmitter?" So I said, "What's a transmitter?" He said, "Oh, we'll be able to play music and do radio and things like that." I said, "Oh, well, let's go and get a transmitter then, innit?" So he came, he came down with the transmitter. I remember I was trying to set it up in the bedroom and it didn't go anywhere and stuff like that. We went down to the end of the road and we couldn't pick it up and stuff like that. And then one day he went away back to London and then came back down. And all of a sudden he picked me up at school and said, "Look at this, listen to this." So I jumped in the car and there was the music playing. And they said, "That's the radio." And that from there, we started the radio station. And
I think you missed part of that, because it didn't just come out of that. Because what happened before that, before I said that, and the reason why I said that to him is I remember I came from London one time, because I went to London quite young. Yeah. When I say young, I think I was 16, 17, and my brother was 11 years younger than me. And I remember coming back to Birmingham, and he was listening to PCRL radio. And I heard it, and to be quite honest with you, they were a fantastic station. But remember, I'm coming from London, and in London,
we're a lot more advanced. We're a lot more power thinking.
Yeah, you was. I mean, London was far more advanced. And I said to Junior, that's why I said to him, "Look, I got some money, man. We could either get a camper van, right? I could get a camper van. Well, I actually got that in the end anyway. But I said, or we could start a radio station." And I mean, what I was saying to him is that we could bring something fresh, right? Because what was happening in Birmingham, it was really only the PCRL at the time. And I felt that there was something missing because of what I picked up in London, if you see my meaning.
Of course.
And that's where it comes from, that story. And then also, the other thing was, we didn't want to really compete against PCRL, but we wanted to support them in their application for a license, because it became apparent that in 1980, not the 1st of January 1990, that any pirate station that broadcasted after that date couldn't apply for a license.
Okay.
So we said we'd bring the station in and we'd run the station up until any black station gets a license. Do you see what I'm saying? Because we didn't want to run a pirate station if there was another station with a license, because that would be defeating the object in reality. You know what I mean? And so we said to PCRL, Cecil, we said we would support him. We said, there's Julie Juice. You see, she knows Metro. Remember Metro?
She remembers. And Sharon Gibson as well.
Quite well, Julia and her brother. In actual fact, Julie's brother was one of the first people to be on the radio station. In fact, I think we sent you a link to some of the things. Julie's brother is one of them people that was on there on one of those shows that we sent.
Oh, on one of the shows, yeah, on one of the shows.
Yeah, but what happened when you got the radio station and then you started to put on promotions? What happened? What happened? Because you know, all of a sudden it was like people had somewhere to go. All of a sudden it was like numbers were coming out. If I'm correct.
I mean, we were fresh. Yeah, that's right. But we were fresh and we were different because we brought a bit of soul, if you like. We put a bit of soul into things. You know what I mean? And I mean, there was a point. You know, I think we
kind of was more. Sorry, Karl. I think the way to say it was more of a concept-based radio station. So we do things like the Revive Dive. Yeah, we do things like when Jungle came out, we was on Jungle faster than any of the rest of them. You know, when all the new sort of styles were coming. Oh yeah, and then we were probably one of the first to do, what was it, 2 hours soul, 2 hour reggae, where they used to do about 4 to 5 hours worth of reggae straight. Yeah. We done mad talk shows. You know, we did stuff that engaged the community.
There's a thing that we done as well, Rudy, is that we had lots of artists. We had artists coming down and we was interviewing them live in our station. I had Yellow Man, we had Beanie Man, we had Pinchers, we had Pliers, we had Betty Wright, we had
Betty Wright. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All of them. And we used to get them, and Gregory Isaacs, and we used to get them to sign. We had a settee in there.
The red chair.
And we used to get them to sign the settee. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Foolishly, we left, and we just left the settee. You know what I mean? Can you imagine?
I would have kept that settee, man. I would have kept that settee. But what got me was I came across one of your themed events. Yeah, because they were mad. Yep. I brought Tina in the room just to be part, because I didn't want to leave her in the green room by herself. But the thing is that you guys were bringing people out now. You're bringing the community together now.
Yeah. I mean, that was 1994. That particular one there at the Porch nightclub. We did quite a few of those type of things. We did things different. We did weekenders and we did various other types of promotion, and it was what we was trying to do. I mean, that was the last style of that we did. That was ragga, as you know, but it was kind of, that's when they used to like, before it became the bad kind of side of things, you know.
Okay.
After that, we started to do a soul night down there called at the Buns nightclub, and we had a lot of artists. We had a lot of artists and actors and people, television people that used to come down to the Buns. We had the cricketers, the footballers, the gladiators, and people.
Yeah, from what Denise is saying, a lot of dottiness used to go on in there. Like a nastiness.
That's what it went. And you know, we made up our mind. We said, and I think I told you this. We said, nah, we ain't doing that no more. You know what I mean? Because you know,
it wasn't beneficial. I mean, it wasn't what, like Karl said, the music started to change after that, and it got a bit more, you know, stuff got a bit more sort of underground, and you know, problems were, you know, coming out and stuff like that. So, you know, we said that's the kind of thing that we wanted to stay away from. But I mean, like you're saying there, yeah, I mean, it was all about trying to cater for the community at the time. And that's why, you know, we moved on and tried to say, right, okay, we wanted to scale things up. And we started to do different things like Mr. Super Cool. And like Karl said, we did weekenders, and then we done events in castles and stuff like that. So what we said to people is that we wanted to raise the sort of standards now, and take people just going from
Yeah, because I think this is a good place to actually stop you and make you stick a pin, because all of a sudden now you've got the whole community supporting and doing what you guys are doing, and you, like you said, you decided that it was time to take it to another level. But when people talk about taking it to another level, normally they're talking about, oh, let's take them abroad, let's do a bigger thing. But I like the way that you guys were thinking.
Yeah.
I like the way that you guys were thinking. When you started talking about going to another level, you said, no, let's take this to another level.
Yeah. I think, one of the things I've got to say, it's important to say, look, we wasn't the only promoters. We wasn't even the best promoters. We just did it our way. Do you see what I'm saying? We had respect for all the promoters across Birmingham at that time, and a lot of them did a lot of good things. We just catered for a set of people that wanted something different, if you see what I'm saying, So, and it's important that we say that, because they used to come to our events, we used to go to their events, and there was a mutual respect. We used to actually work together.
You know what, I'm going to stop you there, Carl, because I understand what you're saying, but this is about you. This is about you. It is not about them. Yeah, and I respect everything that they've done, and they will respect you for saying what you say. But I want you to tell us what you've done. Yeah,
okay.
I want you to tell everybody how you're taking not just yourselves to another level, but the community to another level. And you've taken this. You're looking at this from a global point of view.
Okay. Well, I think to come in there, then, Rudy, like once we had taken them to a certain level in Birmingham, we decided to go to London. Yeah. And the reason why we went to London, we went to the University of East London, basically, to study media technology and media technology and communications. That was it.
Okay.
And whilst we was there, the internet was kind of just properly floating around and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's correct.
And one time we was in class, and the tutor turned around because of the things that we handed in, and we was showing people how to utilize technology and stuff like that. The tutor one day just turned around and says, "You guys are wasting your time here. You know more than me." In other words,
we knew more about the internet. And that's because we used to mess about on before the internet came about. It used to be a thing called bulletin boards. Right?
Okay. Boards
and when the internet started to come about, we was there and we was messing about with it. We was putting up the image, because you didn't have images first. Can you imagine when we first saw the first image? We were blown away, and you used to write this code just to move.
My brother used to make me sit down with the BBC micro thing, yeah. And we would be doing syntax, blah 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 blah, for hours and hours on end.
Right.
Only for a little flower to open up like this.
That's it.
That's right. That's what
we went through. So we saw that. Yeah, that's right. So when we went to university, now we went there as mature students. My brother was mature, and I was even more mature. You understand, right?
Okay.
We went together, yeah. And it was for new technology, media, and communication. And believe you me, I think both me and Junior were shocked because the tutor didn't know enough to teach the people. It was me and Junior that was teaching them.
Okay.
So one day, so then basically what happened is we were sat down and we was just twiddling our thumbs. So we said we'll go online and do our first web page, I think it was, and we was trying to come up with some ideas, wasn't we? And we were saying, what could we do that could bring the people together? Because as we said, with the radio stations, all the radio stations were localized, for example. Yeah, so some would cover South London, East London, West London, Birmingham, Leicester, whatever. They were all localized. We wanted to bring something that could bring everybody together from, the whole of the UK, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. So we sat down there and we was coming up with some ideas, and we said, we could set up something called the BlackNet.
I think, Andrew, I gotta get you right there. One of the things, right? We was looking around the internet and realized that there was nothing on the internet that would cater for us as a community. And at the same time, that's where we come up with this idea. We said, that's where Junior's talking from. What can we do? So we said, okay, let's develop this website thing in it, and but it was the name that we was wondering what to call it. And you can carry on, Stu. Sorry.
So we
again, hasn't he?
he does that, man. He just throws me. I'm joking. We came up with the BlackNet, and we put up just one page, and we said we're going to put all the flags, like we're going to put things like African flags, Caribbean flags,
and the
everything.
African.
We just put them, and then what we would do is when you clicked on it, you get all the information about each country and stuff like that. And then what we put is things like speak out. We wanted people to press a button and be able to talk about issues and talk about things that. And we then realized that BlackNet could become more of a kind of a network, and that's when we said, right, let's.
I think we felt a bit stupid, actually. If you remember.
No, but you weren't. The thing is that you weren't. The thing is that you weren't. You were being innovative. You might have felt like because you guys were ahead of time at that time. The only other people who was in the marketplace was Black Britain and The Voice, as well as Blink.
Well, they weren't around then.
They weren't around.
Then. They came after. They came after us. Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened? What I'm saying, we was the first to and practically the only one to call itself Black anyway. But we was before Voice and we was before Black Britain. Black Britain came to a year and a half after we started. But what happened for us? We started with this page, as Junior said. It was just flags, and we felt a bit silly because all you do come to the website and click on the flag, and that was it.
Okay.
That was when we were talking about the speak out. Then we thought we need to have something where we can interact with each other. So you're not just coming to look. We wanted people in Birmingham, Manchester, London, Nottingham, Leicester, Luton, Derby, all over to interact with each other. We wanted to bring people together. That was the aim of BlackNet, and we actually called it the Black Network first of all. Then what happened with the internet? At those times, they started to say that because you had to write, you couldn't just. There wasn't no Google then. You had to write the web address at the top of the browser, right? Yeah, so you had to write the whole name. So if you wanted to find us, you'd have to do http www./ and then write the network. So we had to try and make the name as short as possible.
Yeah.
So that's why it came from the Black Network to BlackNet. Sorry, I'll let you carry on again, Drew.
Thanks, bro. Throw me on the bus. So where were we? So basically what happened was we started to realize that the Black Network was great, and we were sort of having like a forum-based kind of conversation. But then what we wanted was a live sort of thing, and that's where BlackChat came into play. Yeah. So BlackChat now, 1998, a couple of years later on, we set up the chat rooms. And when we started it, I think there was 5 of us in one room, and we had a few computers, and we was all just talking to each other. I suppose what they're doing today now on the phones, really, somebody talking to somebody in the same room, And we was amazed, we got this going, and it was all functioning and everything like that. And then we said, okay, then let's get a couple of people involved, and eventually we got America coming in. Yeah, so we had this is just floating around. I don't know how the Americans found us. But the Americans found us.
Sorry, before we go any further, it's important to put this whole part before we even got there, because we got at the beginning of the internet thing, we got flyers printed up.
Yes.
That said, get on the internet.
Yes.
www.blacknet. We had to print up the flyers, and we was giving them out on the street. This was to encourage people, trying to tell them that the internet is the way forward.
It's on its way. Yeah, it's on its way.
That's before we got to where Junior's saying now, So
because you used to go to raves and give them out as well, innit?
Yeah, we went rave. We went down all the markets, Dawson Market,
So while everybody's giving out flyers to go and see Ninja Man and Beanie Man, you lot are giving out flyers to go on the internet.
That's right. That's right. And I told you already.
And we got run away.
Of course, you're going to get run. Of course, you're going to get run. Even the Muslims then would have run you, Taras. Final call. Yeah.
Everybody was. So, I mean, yeah. But what was brilliant is when we went around to like the universities, the other universities, the African Caribbean societies, and we done talks with them, and eventually, once that happened, it just started to spiral. It just started to not spiral, but grow basically. Yeah,
it's almost like it's growing the same way, like how the radio station grew, just whoosh. Because
correct.
Because the market is there. The market is correct. There. Because I actually read up on what you guys were doing, because you got it to the point where Channel 4 approached you, and they got you to promote Richard Blackwood's.
Oh, you found that one, yeah. And we ran out to you. Yeah, and what happened with Richard Blackwood thing? What they didn't realize, they said to us, "We need you to get," because they're going to launch Richard Blackwood, and they needed our help. And that's good that you found that. And what happened? I remember the thing was supposed to start at 6 o'clock. This is the audience with Richard Blackwood. And what happened? By the time you come there, 6 o'clock, the queue was miles.
Right.
And people couldn't get in because them. Well, hang on. Why didn't you tell us it was limited? That's why everybody cussing us because we couldn't get in. You understand? Well, we know Blackwood. He doesn't know that, but we did.
No, but that's why I've said we're talking about your story. Yeah. And I don't want you to be humble about it. I really don't want you to be humble about it.
Yeah,
we're humble, man. We're humble.
I know you are. But it's important that people know what's happening behind the scenes. That's why it's called Keep It Real.
Yeah. So I mean, we had all the universities, all the African societies, anybody that any member, any African or Caribbean that had a computer back then, they were on BlackChat or they was on BlackNet. And the way what you had the elders, if you like, on BlackNet, and you had the younger people on BlackChat.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying, right? So you get people now, the people on back then, they was 17, 18, 19, 20 on the BlackChat. And then on the BlackNet, they was 25, 30 above, you know what I mean? That type of thing. So it's strange now, because now that we've launched the new BlackChat, I'm sure you're going to come to.
Yes, that's where we're going. That's where we're going. Because the thing is that at that time is that the marketeers and everybody was not aware that there was something like £15 billion running around the black economy, right? And nobody knew how to tap into it.
That's right.
Well, one of the things we faced, and this is now that you're saying keeping it real, we'll tell you how it went, and Karl will tell you the other side. But the industry didn't want to advertise with us. Yeah, right. There were certain people that
we're talking about the likes of Virgin. We're talking about the likes of the banks. They
didn't want to using the name Black
because we was using the name Black, basically. Yeah. And to us, we struggle with people calling us Black, but people fear when Black people set up something called Black. Yeah,
right.
And we can never understand that, And to me, and I assume Karl, it's something that we maintain, that we believe it should be kept.
Hold on, I've got to respond to Julie Juice. Hang on, Julie.
Don't worry with them. They're not just pasty. That's why I call them the Rants and the Bants Crew, because they are just pasty. They're just pasty.
Yeah. Really pasty from long time, man.
You're lucky you haven't seen no red cards, mate. Because when they put up red cards, that means I must kick you out of the room.
Okay.
cards and they would get you kicked out of the room, yeah? But what I want
we never got invited in when Tina was talking.
That's right. I want these people to know just how I really want you to understand how humble these two guys are, all right? Because we're talking about when the .com situation came in and there was the .com bubble and there was millions of pounds to be made, right?
Yeah.
And you were approached for it.
Yeah, they offered us money. They wanted us.
Go on, talk, man. Talk.
We got offered a lot of money, right? Because we had now. Remember, we said we had all the universities. We had.
You've got to remember, this was global. This was global as well. You know, we had
Americans coming in.
So what we Carl, one second. Carl, let me just explain it so that they understand. Basically, in the day, it was UK. Yeah. So you'd have the UK from 8 till like, let's say 11 at night. And then sort of like 5 onwards, you'd start to get the Americans coming in. And then the Americans would go right through the night. So the chat rooms were full to the brim 24/7. 24/7. So you got to understand, we had a massive audience. Yeah. And for us, Carl, you can continue on with the fact that we had that massive audience.
So what happened now? We got value. The advertisers, they want to advertise with us, but they don't want to advertise with something that's black. So they're telling us, they're offering us money to buy into us, but we got to change the name. And we told them that ain't happening. It's not happening. You know what I mean? And you mentioned Black Britain, right? Black Britain now, because I remember the conversation with Kofi Kerstita. And he said, yeah, they're going to change their name from Black Britain
to what, Carl?
The Colourful Network.
Okay.
Colourful Radio.
The radio station. You understand?
You see where that come from? You see where Colourful Radio come from now?
Yeah.
Right? That's where Colourful Network Radio came from. We could have gone down that road. For us, if we went down that road, that radio would be called Black Something. Do you understand? Right? If we didn't go down that road.
No, you'd have ended up as Choice, mate, which ended up being you'd have become No Choice. That's what you'd have become.
There you go. But this is what we're saying. This is what we're saying. it wasn't about that. We've maintained and we've kept BlackNet going 23 years. It's still there today. 23 years. And the chat room has been there 21 years old.
21.
And the original chat room, we haven't got rid of it. We've just moved because there's still people that's in there, obviously not so much, but we call them dinosaurs and we just we do. And we give them their area where they can talk, you know.
And that's what they want. It's what they want. And we could have got rid of it, but we didn't want to get rid of it because that's what they want.
They want it, so and we've kept it, and we're not charging. You got to remember, for 20 odd years, we don't charge it. Nothing is there for them. We've had people get married, had babies, and all kind of things. They used to send us flowers because we had a shop. We had 2 shops in Greenwich, one in Greenwich and one in Greenwich.
Lewisham.
Deptford, Lewisham. Right, one was Deptford, and the other one's Greenwich. Right, the first one we had was Greenwich. Then we got one in Deptford. Right, and they used to send flowers and wedding invitations to us because of what we was doing. You understand? But and for us, the good thing was, and what we believe in from the time, we use the term black, that means we're all supposed to be together. You understand? I can't understand. We shouldn't be competing with each other. We should be working together. You know, and for us, it's the same with the Irish. You know, I don't know if you've dug deep enough, but you know that we're working alongside Irish in Britain.
No, I had no idea. I didn't get that far.
That's another story. But that's to do with the culturally sensitive dementia.
They go through the same thing that we go through. I was at the Irish embassy or whatever you call it the other day. They called me up, and this is just before lockdown. You know, this is just before lockdown. They're working alongside us. I went to their last annual general meeting. Believe me, the Irish went through the same thing.
The exact same stories the exact same stories. They asked us to speak at their general meeting, and the exact same stories was exactly what Tina, you'd understand straight away. You know,
Absolutely.
the way, yeah. You know, no dogs, no, what was it? No blacks, no
No
Irish,
black, no
no dogs.
No blacks, no Irish, no dogs.
No dogs.
That's correct. Yeah, and they can tell you, they can relate to, they can relate to everything that we went through as well, because they went through as well. So
we spoke there, and I'm telling you, we spoke there on the Saturday, right? This was the AGM. All the big people from Ireland were there because this is the, what is it? Irish in Britain. Irish in Britain. Do you know that
Irish
one?
in Britain. Yeah.
Irish in Britain. Yeah, with them. And they also, we came down and we spoke there, and believe me, we had a standing ovation after. And in the morning, the director called me. This is Sunday morning, you know. He called me at 10 o'clock and he goes, listen, Karl, we have to really work together. His actual words was, we have to break bread. I've never heard that before. That's what he said. He said to me, we have night the next morning, and you know, we have a connection. We felt comfortable in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Exactly. So that's
but we felt comfortable.
Yeah. And that was the beauty of it. And that's part of obviously where we come from, you know, by keeping the term black. You know, it's like black is a journey now. You know, it's a culture. It's a bigger thing than just somebody saying, oh, why are you calling something black? You know, to me, it's bigger than that. And, you know, when they say, change the name, or we're not going to support you because you're using the term black and you're a separatist or whatever they call it, you know, we're coming up with all this kind of rubbish. You know, we're saying we have a culture and we are proud of that culture, and we should feel proud of that culture. You know what I mean? It's that term black is more than just a color. That's what people don't understand.
It's what we've lived.
No, I think it's something that they do understand, and they know that if they break it, it divides us. Yeah,
of course.
We end up going to Sainsbury's, we end up going to Tesco's, we end up going to Marks and Spencer's. Okay, and basically the black pound ends up going 180 degrees outside of the community, as opposed to like the Jewish community where the pound would circulate at least 14 to 20 times before it steps out.
Be real. Okay, so what happened with BlackNet as well? We had to fight. You hear them talk about the racism. We had to fight major racism online. We had to deal with all the white supremacists. It was they was coming in. They was calling us this name and that name, wogs, this, that, niggers. They're coming online. You know what you hear them talking about now. We had to deal with all of that. We had one where we had forums where we had quarter of a million different lines of conversations, right? And we'd have these white supremacists that come in and you know, we had to fight all of that. They wanted to shut us down, shut us up, and all those kind of things.
And what they do, which is very, very, very important. What they would do is they would go into their networks, their own networks, and they would say, look at these people over here, you know, and they'll talk in a derogatory way, and then they'll say to them, right, we'll all go at this time. And then they'll go in there, and then they'll start off. Some will start off in a normal conversation, and then they try to antagonize you, or they try to use lyrical. You know, they think that they're very good with their English or whatever it is.
No, I've had that. I mean, I'm on a tiny, minute scale to you, but I've had that kind of thing just on my own small little platform where one of them would come in and then infiltrate, and then the Rants Bants Crew would grab a hold of them. And then we would start go through them and got their little arsehole and find out who they really frigging are. And then if they're out of the room. So we should imagine what you guys are doing through.
Yeah, we had to do that on a massive scale. And you know what we see today, you know, we're amazed that we're still seeing the same thing happen in every aspect, you know, with the racism, and even with the community supporting each other. And this is coming on to what we believe, that we have to now galvanize now, and don't think that just because you know, people are doing stuff for us that we should get complacent. We have to keep building and keep building and keep building, and we have to build our platforms, we have to build our media, we have to build You know, our networks, we have to build them, period. You know, people
about that is, and this is why what we've done with BlackChat, that what we've done, right? As you know, you've got all these people on Facebook, on Instagram, and they're setting their businesses up on there. Absolutely excellent. Nothing wrong with that. However, right, if you step back as a black man, you have to look at what our community, what do we own? We don't have no platforms. We're going to Facebook to set up a group in order to empower us. So we're going to a platform that we don't own to empower ourselves. So what happens? You build up your community on that platform, right? Who owns that platform? Not you. So what happens? It's like renting a house, if you like. You understand? Landlord.
Sorry.
The landlord.
Exactly what you're saying.
Sorry?
Because I mean, only this morning I was talking about it, that I have something like 6,000 people who are currently following me.
Yeah.
But Facebook will only allow me to communicate with about 500 of them. And if I want to communicate with the rest, they want me to pay them for people who've already come to say that they want to listen to me, or they want to engage with me.
That's right.
Exactly.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. So when we're saying that we want to keep the money in the community, no, that's not happening. Not on Facebook, it's not, because you've got to then pay them to send message to the people that you brought to them in the first place. That makes sense. You know, and we've been saying that to people for years. We said, look, you can use Facebook, nothing wrong with it, right? But you have your own platform. That's the only time you can start to really, and that's why we've done, that's what BlackChat is. We've built a platform for our community. We're not saying to nobody to leave Facebook. We're not saying to them not to use it, but we're saying as a community, for us to be respected in that world, we need to have our own platform. So then we can say,
yeah, and I think it's deeper than that. It's because the reason why we need platforms and we need media networks and we need to see and make sure that these black businesses, organizations and charities do not fall by not supporting them, because we are representing ourselves. Yeah. And what usually happens is if something fails, everybody all starts failing, people start turning their backs, you know, because they don't believe it's going to work, because it's black, and so on and so on. And eventually we go with our hands out, you know, trying to get grants or money from other people and stuff like that, and they don't give us it, or, you know, they don't believe in. I mean, how can people believe in us if we don't believe in ourselves as a community? You understand? Collectively, I'm talking about. We need to show them that we have the platforms, that we have the infrastructure. So when we want to go to the table, we have a bargaining. You know, we can bargain for everything, you know, rather than just being sat there saying, okay, one person's made it. All right, that person's made it. They shut the door behind them, right? And think, right, they're amongst the elites now, you know. No, if you make it up to the top, you bring everybody with you.
And
you know, you bring everybody.
That's what you'd like to think that we do. I mean, Tony Sewell has been offered the role of race commissioner. Yeah, and he's got to that role, and then all of a sudden now all black people are lazy. They're not putting in the work. It's the change that happens when they see a little bit of money or they get a bit of promotion. But the thing is, gentlemen, I have to bring this to a close, and I know you've got so much to say. I know you've got so much to say.
I know. We told you.
I know. But here's the thing. Ultimately, what would you be saying to people that they need to do? Because people are gonna watch this afterwards as well. All right. What is it that they could do?
All right. We'll get it in a nutshell, right?
Yeah.
All we're saying is that www.blackchat.co.uk. That's the new social
British social platform, network
platform, if you like, right? We're saying just come, use it, share it, tell people about it, right? Don't leave Facebook. If you stay with Facebook, but just come and use something that's there that belongs to you.
It's got everything there. It's got groups, it's got pages, it's got You know, you can upload, share, follow, build your following there. You know what I mean? And
you can set up your own groups just like you do on Facebook. You can do a page, you can do pages just like on Facebook. But we're saying to anybody, before we go, there's another thing. What we're trying to do, what we hope to do, is all those organizations that are in place to support our community, right? So we're talking about any whether you're a small organization and you're kind of running a charitable or even just a volunteer.
Giving back to the community, where they're giving back to the community and they need that support.
We want all of them. We want to list all of them. We want to create pages for them on BlackChat, right? We want them all to have internet.
It's like our own internet directory.
Yeah, no, it's not a directory.
No, it's not a directory. No, it's just basically like how you see Facebook, yeah, where people will post stuff about their organizations in their areas, for example, yeah, and be able to share it around with other people and make. It's about awareness for organizations, charity, news organizations, you know, everything.
You know what it is? Let me explain. We think that those organizations, because, for example, I'm a member of a prostate cancer group based in the West Midlands. Yeah.
Okay.
There's another one in Nottingham, right?
Okay.
And there's some more. There's a lot of these ones that we don't know about. We're trying to give them what would you call it?
A hub.
A hub. Yeah. Call it a hub. Yeah.
A life or whatever. If they go in a directory, they're just in a directory. But if they create a group or if they create a page, right, they can then interact with the people, right? There might be people that want to know more about prostate cancer, more about any one of the other diseases. They can then come to those pages and that group can interact with them. So this is not about directory. This is about trying to raise awareness within the community about these organizations that are out there, right? Because a lot of them, you go onto Facebook now, they've gone onto Facebook, but nobody's finding them because of Facebook's algorithms. You understand? They're there, but nobody's going there. Nobody knows that they're there. And these people.
So just to back up what Karl's saying is that's an element that obviously, you know, that we're all about community, and we need to all come together and obviously help to give more prominence to these organizations, these types of organizations. But you got to remember, it's a whole social network, so people can do what they like. Yeah, it's just that for us passionately, we want to see organizations get the support. You know, the black businesses get the support. You know, the media network get the support. You know, everybody has a central platform where when they want to find our story as a black community rather than other people telling our story, you come to blackchat.co.uk, because that's where we're going to set the standards.
Yeah.
Okay. And on that note, gentlemen, I mean, there's plenty of things that is being said from everybody. Great show, Rudi. First time, Trevor, I'll have it. Definitely need a part 2. See, we need a part 2 because you guys obviously have got more to say. Like the black-owned groups, yes, indeed. Like the black-owned groups again on Facebook.
Yeah.
Going to register now, which is the sort of thing that I like to hear.
That's what we want to hear.
Yes, working interactive interface. That is definitely Jules. When Jules talk, everybody listens. You understand what I'm saying? Right? But as you can see, I think it was unfortunate that Toju couldn't make it, but I think we've done even better by not having Toju tonight. I really respect what you've done tonight, Tina, which is to come in and listen and learn about the culture. And I know that you're very much aware of it anyway. It's nice because like normally when white people come in, they want to come in and take over and dictate. They don't take that back and absorb and take it in. And I'm really respectful of the way that you've done that. I really have. Trevor's put up blackchat.co.uk. They're already starting to look at it.
No space.
No, they'll work it out. It doesn't matter. It'll come up in Google.
Trevor used to sit down at the back of the classroom licking the windows, so nobody studies. Yeah, right. Enough love to everybody, but as the group will tell you we have run way over time.
No, that's all right.
It was great
Thanks,
having you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Rudy, let me thank you, and I'm sure Junior will do the same. Thanks
I
for
will do.
inviting
Thank you.
me. We respect that, and thanks to everybody that stayed. I'm sure some people run away because, like you said, we talk too much. So
No, you didn't.
but
No, you didn't
like,
talk too much.
we say thanks to everybody that listened. Yeah, that's it.
And nice to meet you, Tina.
Yeah.
Nice to
And on
meet you too.
On that note, people, we are
Thanks,
out of
Rudy.
here. We are out of
Okay.
here. Don't leave the room, gentlemen. We are out.